yourself. You're kidding yourself because they're not better. They're not better. But that doesn't mean they can't be a good team. It's just like Buffalo. Buffalo is not better, but that doesn't mean they can't be a good team. Yeah, Buffalo got worse. Buffalo got worse. But again, doesn't mean they can't be a better team or a good team, should I say. So Miami lost a dog on the O-line. And now, I don't know. Miami's offensive line wasn't very good last year. Let's just be honest. They did it on smoke and mirrors. A lot of them got hurt. I just don't know how good they are on the offensive line. But we'll see. We'll see. But I do like the division. And if you had to say right now, I would say they're pretty good. Jets and Steelers got nothing but number 2 players. So Tyron Smith, who was a second-team All-Pro, is a number 2 player? Got it. Mike Williams, when healthy. Again, he's got to be healthy. But when Mike Williams is healthy, he's a top 20 receiver in the league. That's a number 2 player. I get it. But Lord have mercy, don't come on TikTok saying dumb stuff. It's ridiculous. So, said the Jets are the front runner for the division. That shouldn't even be controversial. Exactly. So, I don't get it. But we'll see. I know people are butthurt that the Jets got better. People are butthurt about that. I get that. I understand that. But what are you going to do? So, what are you going to do? Let's move on, though. So, I don't know if anybody noticed, but Major League Baseball started this morning. Did anybody notice? I didn't until I got up and I turned on ESPN. I was expecting to see Get Up, and the Dodgers and the Padres were on. And I thought, well, okay. So what are they're showing a spring training game from Korea? And I saw the way guys were in the box and I saw the pitchers and I thought, hold on a second, this might be a real game. And lo and behold, it was a real game. And I understand that they're trying to do this thing more globally. You have a lot of Asian players, so they went and played in Korea. I think that's great. But to start the Major League Baseball season in the middle of March Madness, is anybody paying attention? Seriously, is anybody paying attention? Oh, my God. What are we doing? Some of these things, it used to be a rite of passage that opening day, first of all, it happened after March Madness. That was number one. Once the tournament was over, or it started in the middle of the week of the Final Four, not the week before or during when the tournament starts. What are we doing? I don't know. It seems stupid to me. It just seems stupid to me. I don't understand it, but whatever. That Major League Baseball. The executives at Major League Baseball, just not the brightest tools in the shed. Oh, my goodness. So, but I like baseball. I do like baseball. Now, it's tough for me. It's real tough for me. I'm going to move ahead. I know you all see over my shoulder right there. Whoop, whoop. That would be my banner for the Mets. So, obviously, being a Mets fan, it makes things difficult for me. When baseball season comes around, I got a lot of hope right now, a lot of promise, a lot of hope. But I know by basically the end of April, all my hope will have turned to sorrow, and the Mets are going to stink again. And there I am, just upset, mad. Oh, well, what are you going to do? My man Chuck Miller says, go Royals. The Royals are trying to do something, aren't they? The Royals put some money into something. The Royals are trying to do something. I'm not mad at them. Do we think that the Rangers can repeat? I guess that would be a question. Do we think that the Rangers can repeat? I don't know. I mean, and then the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers just put so much money into free agency. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So let's see here. Anybody that came over that's back, that's on TikTok, that came over from YouTube, the feed is back up and we are back rolling again over on YouTube. So if you want to go back over to YouTube, like I said, you know it's a little bit better on YouTube. Come on back over. The feed is back up and we are rolling. Sorry for the difficulty this morning. It was our system. So, you can't do anything about the system. It is what it is. We love technology, but when it doesn't work, it sucks. So, Dave Roberts can't be trusted in the playoffs. Yeah, you're right. First of all, didn't y'all think Dave Roberts was going to get fired? I mean, how many times does he have to get outmanaged and they keep him around? I didn't think there was any way that Dave Roberts was going to keep his job. And again, I'm not a guy that advocates for somebody losing their job, but if you're in a performance-based business, if you're not doing the job, don't they let you go? I mean, if you are a medical sales rep and for a year your sales you underperform, don't they let you go? Of course they do. So why is this any different? I was in mortgages for 21 years. If I didn't do my job and my team wasn't as good as they could have been, or I wasn't as good as I could have been, they would have let me go. That's the same thing. Said Dave Roberts is the Mike Tomlin of baseball. No, because Tomlin, how many times has Mike Tomlin had the best team in the NFL? I mean, how many times has he had the best team in the NFL? I would say very few, if any. So them coming up short in the playoffs, I don't disagree. Don't get me wrong, I don't disagree. But the Dodgers have had the best team in baseball several times, and they have still coming up short. So they're not the same. The disappointment is the same, but you can't put them in the same category. The Steelers have not had the best team in the NFL, and then, oh, man, they just came up short. No. The Dodgers have, and they have come up short. So that's the difference. So I get the premise, but it's just off base. That's all. It's just off base. Somebody said on YouTube, somebody said the Chargers are the best team in the NFL. The Chargers? Woo! Man. The Dodgers are bought and paid for, yeah. But isn't that what baseball wants? I mean, baseball doesn't have a salary cap. So do they care? So over 300 wins the last 3 regular seasons, 1 playoff win for the Dodgers. And somehow Dave Roberts has kept his job. 300 wins in 3 seasons, 1 playoff win. And yet you still keep the job. He must have pictures of the owner's wife or something like that, because that's crazy. That is absolutely insane. I don't get it. I'm never going to get it, but whatever. And let me ask you guys this. Now that we're talking a little bit of baseball, do you guys think that baseball needs to have a salary cap? Because to me, baseball will never change, and it won't get better unless they have a salary cap of some sort. I think they got to put one in. Because if you don't, the same teams. Now, I will say this. Teams, look at Tampa Bay. They're a perfect example. Whatever they have figured out, they've figured out because they continuously put out a good product. And they just keep churning it over and over again because those guys, as soon as they get good, they leave. However, you see the same teams. Like, for instance, the Royals caught lightning in a bottle several years ago. And they went to the playoffs 2 years in a row, won a World Series. All those guys left, and they have been, except for Perez, and they have been garbage ever since. Not bad, garbage. So the same teams over and over again, you see them. It's just, is that what you want? Because to me, I don't think you want. Somebody said no major league sports teams should have a salary cap. I don't understand that. That must be somebody who roots for the Dodgers, that they don't care, or the Yankees. But I don't get it. I mean, it's just you're never going to see those teams because they can't buy free agents, so they're never going to have the best players. And it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't like it. I think there needs to be a salary cap. Make parity. Look, you make all that money from your side business. And what I mean by side business, the TV revenue that you get, like the Yankees and the Mets, that they have their own networks. And they make their own money. They don't have to share that money with anybody, and they shouldn't. But you're going to tell me that, sometimes it doesn't work. Look at my Mets last year. What did we spend? Over $400 million to finish last? Sometimes it doesn't work. But more times, often than not, it does work. So what are we doing? And that's the difference. It's like, you're going to build a team that you can buy, that you can pay, and then you're going to have more good players than anybody else. I don't know. I don't like it. I think they got to have a salary cap. That's one of the reasons I don't pay attention, because it's kind of like Formula One racing. Formula One racing is the same way. You know who's going to win before the race even starts. So why would I pay attention to that? People get into the NFL is rigged. Oh, it's rigged. All sports are rigged. Well, hell, Formula One, is. You know who's going to win before the race even starts. They got the best engine, they have the most money, and they legally cheat. So, Lord have mercy. It's just, why watch? Doesn't make any sense. So, Tampa Bay has homegrown players until it's time to get paid. Then they leave. But whatever Tampa's doing, they're doing it right, because they continuously, over and over again, build up a farm system, and they continuously are good. So more teams need to replicate what Tampa's doing. But yeah, Tampa, again, you know how many guys in the national or in Major League Baseball that make more money per year than what Tampa has for an entire payroll? So I played the games. Our game's rigged. If the games are rigged, nobody told me, and I was out there. Nobody told me they were rigged. So, and that was college. That was college football, and nobody said, "Hey, Brien, here's the script. Go out there and tear your ACL. We're not going to give you any money for it. We're not going to do that. We're not going to compensate you for ripping your knee apart. But go out there and do it." Aha. Got it. Makes sense. Makes sense. So, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. And if the NFL is rigged, why do you watch? Why do you watch? And if it is rigged, you should be a millionaire because you know that it's rigged. You should be making bets. Or you shouldn't be making bets. But whatever. I just have no patience for idiots like that. No patience. Let's move on, people. Again, apologize for some of the technical difficulties, but we're back up and running. So we appreciate everybody being here. Thank you guys. Again, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., Big B Daily. We are live on TikTok, and we are live on YouTube. Y'all keep tapping the screen. We're almost at 5K on TikTok as far as likes. We need that, and we need at least 30 new follows. So we appreciate it. Keep going. Keep going. So March Madness. Woo! March Madness is a little weird. Kansas. Look, if you guys haven't changed your brackets now, you need to change it. Kansas, their top scorer is not going to play in the tournament. Their top scorer is not going to play in the tournament. So if you haven't changed your brackets to get them out, if you had them going, making a deep run, you may want to rethink that. That's all I'm saying. You may want to rethink that. So I just their top scorer out for the game or out for the tournament, not going to play, bad knee, troublesome. Troublesome. That's the thing. Is Kansas? Whew. First of all, did y'all have Kansas going very far anyway? Because I had Kansas losing in the first round to Samford. Now, I filled out a ton of brackets, but I had Kansas losing in basically every one of them. So I had them losing in the first round. And now that their top scorer is going to be out and their best wing player, yeah, they're going to lose. So, yeah, they're going to lose. You got Kansas in the Sweet 16? Woo! You may want to think changing it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. By the way, everybody, just as a reminder, get into the Big B Bracket Challenge. The link's in the bio. All you got to do is click on the link. You can go right into it. Boom, boom, boom. It's free. Get a chance to win a Goon Squad t-shirt and Big B sunglasses, Big B sports sunglasses. So winner take all. There's no second place. We're not playing for money. I thought about doing it for money, and then I thought, you know what? I don't know you people personally, and you guys are not going to send me money. So, or you're not going to trust me to keep your money. So it is what it is. That's why we did this one for free. Next year, I can assure you it will be a winner take all, and we will have probably a $20 buy-in. So yeah, no participation trophies. Nuh-uh. It's winner take all. We don't second place. Like somebody said, why don't you do it? And you give somebody, I'm like, man, I don't want my money back. I want to win. You know, leave it at that. Leave it at that. So it doesn't matter that the Kansas kid is injured. So 18 points and 6 rebounds a game? That doesn't matter that he's hurt? Huh. That's interesting, people. That's interesting. Lord have mercy. I didn't realize that if you took away 18 points and 6 rebounds and he happens to be your best player, that doesn't matter. Somebody says it's one player. Really? So if you took Michael Jordan off the Bulls, they were the same player? They were the same team? Huh. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. So one guy, just even though he's your best guy, your team should be the same. Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh my gosh. Lord have mercy. Some of you guys, look, I'm being a better pilot. Personal growth. Personal growth. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. All I'm saying is when you remove the best player from your team's not going to be better. I know that it's only one guy. I understand that. And I know how you feel. But when it's the one player that's removed from your team and he's your best player, your team isn't going to be better. I don't care if you replace him. Okay? Kevin McCullough, he's out for Kansas. That's 18 points a game and 6 rebounds. He's your best wing player. He's your best wing defender. You're not going to be as good. So they're not losing round 1. I had them losing round 1 anyway. Even if everybody was healthy. I don't trust this Kansas team. They're not deep. Don't shoot the 3 ball any good. I don't trust them. They're out. They're out. Somebody said Auburn. You can see my bracket. You can see it by getting into the Big B Challenge. Go and click on the link in my bio and go get on and go. I mean, literally, it's free. It's free to fill out. I mean, so it's not like you have to pay any money or anything like that. It's a free bracket. Go get in it. So Auburn's going to beat UConn. I don't think so. So, Rig, if the fix is in, why do you even bother to participate or call or watch or comment or anything if the fix is in? So, A kid being hurt and not being able to play the last part of his college career, he's fixing it. I got it. Oh, my God. You don't need to help me. Don't worry. You don't need to help me. You think Arizona can make a deep run? Yeah, I do. I like Arizona. They've been a little inconsistent, but I do like Arizona. I do like Arizona. My Final Four was UConn, Arizona, Houston, and Creighton. UConn, Arizona, Houston, and Creighton. So that is my Final Four. But Kansas, Kevin McCullough being out, that's going to hurt. That is going to hurt. They are not the same. When he was out during the season, they were not the same team. They were not the same team. So, yes, we can. People will say it's rigged, need a padded room and crayons to eat. You're exactly right. Lord. Anything to feel relevant. People will say anything to feel relevant. So, whew. It's crazy. It's crazy. They just say anything. No Duke? Absolutely not. No Duke. Kim, your sister's a big Steelers fan. Well, your sister's got good taste. Your sister has good taste. You know, the Steelers got something going on. The Steelers got something going on. Are they going to win the Super Bowl? No. But we can at least be better than what we were last year, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for. So let's move on, people. Again, Big B Daily. It is on 9 a.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. We appreciate everybody being here and having patience with us today with our system issues. Y'all know technology. It screws us up from time to time. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, Ayo, Milk Dud. I told you Fields was coming to Pittsburgh. Ayo, idiot. Nobody cares if you told me. Did you have a front line or a number from the front line? The front office, did they tell you? They called you? Lord have mercy. And any man that would get on a platform and call another man Milk Dud, don't they have a person? I mean, Jesus, that's a problem. I'm on a mood today, people. I was having some personal growth. I'm not going to have personal growth today. So if you want to come at me, I will come at you. But any man that comes on a show or anywhere and calls another man Milk Dud, they have a problem. They have a problem. Who's winning the NIT? I have no idea, Bill Myers. I have no idea. The only team that I even knew was in the NIT was Kansas State. That's it. That's it. So, and they lost. They lost. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Hell, half the teams that were supposed to go to the NIT, they didn't even go. Like, you know, teams that got snubbed, they were like, hey, you snub us, we ain't going. We ain't playing. So, it's okay. It's okay. Duke. My man Bill Kernan has Duke in the Final Four. I'm just not a believer in Duke. But here's the thing, man. The brackets are so crazy, we don't know. I mean, parity in college basketball is so rampant. I love it. And we have no idea what's going to happen. We literally don't have any idea. We think UConn's going to win. We think Houston's going to win, but we don't know. So I see internet people think Mississippi State shouldn't be in the tournament. You know, they had 14 losses. At what point do we say you got to win more games than that? 14 losses for Michigan State. That's a ton. I mean, at what they didn't even get to 20 wins. So at what point are you saying, look, if you're a good team, you shouldn't have 14 losses? That's all I'm saying. You can't have that many losses and still be in. I think it's a mistake. I think it's a mistake. There were teams out there with 12 losses, 10, 11, 9, didn't get. Heck, Indiana State had 5, didn't make it. And again, I know they didn't play the toughest schedule. I get that. Their conference wasn't very good. The Missouri Valley Conference is not very good. They were only 1-4 in quad, but 29-5, and you can't make it? Come on, man. So Oklahoma, I believe, got snubbed. Even though I'm not that big, I think Oklahoma struggled down the stretch, and they did. They did enough work early to be in the tournament. St. John, I mean, how did Virginia? And we saw Virginia last night. Pitt should have made it in over Virginia. Every metrics they had was better than Virginia's, not to mention they went to Virginia and beat them. And yet Virginia got in, and then they got the doors blown off of them. Hell, they even had after the game Tony Bennett talking about, yeah, we got to change our system. We can't continue to play like this and compete in college basketball. That's how bad it was at Virginia. So 100% OU should have gotten in. Oh, yeah. Over Virginia, Michigan State, absolutely. How Michigan State, again, 14 losses. Don't tell me, well, we played a tough schedule. Fine, play a tough schedule. How about you win some of those games? You know what I'm saying? Just because you play a tough schedule doesn't mean you have to lose all of them. And if you do lose all of them, does that mean you're good? The last time I checked, you got to win. So, yeah, you got to win. That's my only point. That's my rant. That's my rant on these teams getting into the NCAA tournament. Stop putting them in on reputation and make them earn it. Stop putting teams in on reputation and make them earn it. And if you have 14 losses in a season, you haven't earned the right to be in the NCAA tournament. I don't care who your coach is. I don't care your school's history. I don't care who's on your team. If you've lost 14 times, you have not earned the right to be in. Period. End of story. Not as an at-large team. Now, if you win your conference tournament, who gives out the automatic bids, that's something different. But no at-large team should have 14 damn losses. Come on, people. What are we doing? What are we doing? My man Bill Kernan says, looking at the Midwest bracket, he likes Oregon to make a deep run to the Final Four. I don't see it. Oregon wasn't very good this year. And I know they got hot in the Pac-12 and won it, but was the Pac-12 very good? I don't think it was. And Oregon isn't very good. That doesn't mean they can't make a run, though. I'm just saying I don't believe it because when push comes to shove, eventually talent wins out or a better team will win a game over a team that they're not supposed to. Or over a team that's not as good as them, should I say. I apologize. So why isn't Wisconsin in the Midwest bracket? I don't know. I mean, they don't just put you in the bracket on where your school is. That's not how it works. So, who do I have winning? Well, I have UConn in one, Houston in another. I got a surprise win. I did a third one last night. Tennessee. I have Tennessee winning one. That is my upset special bracket. You got a bracket that you got tons of upsets. My upset special bracket is Tennessee cutting down the nets. So, no USC and Bronny James. Now, why would you bag on Bronny James? I mean, seriously. Bronny James is not the best player on that team, so why would you take time out of your day to bag on an 18-year-old kid? But come on, man. You're better than that, Bill. Come on, man. You're better than that. We're not bagging on some kid because you don't like his dad. Come on, man. Be better. You are better than that, Bill. Don't do that. Don't do that. So my surprise one is Iowa State. That's a good one. Kick rocks. Here's my thing. Is Iowa State really a surprise? That would be my thing. Is Iowa State a surprise? I don't think Iowa State is a surprise. I think Iowa State is damn good. I don't think Iowa State's a surprise at all. So I don't see that being a surprise at all. My man says, Bill Kernan says, I see Purdue choking in the Elite Eight against Oregon. Ugh. I mean, first of all, if you get to the Elite Eight, I don't think you choke if you lose. But to Oregon, maybe you could classify that. I just don't see Oregon getting there. I don't see the Oregon. I like New Mexico and San Diego State to make deep runs. Possibly. I definitely like New Mexico winning that first game. And then maybe having an upset. We'll see. We'll see. I got my bracket here. Let me look, people. Where is New Mexico? I know they're a number 10 seed. I thought they were over here. Yeah, there they are. They're going to beat Clemson because I don't think Clemson's very good. And then they got Baylor. Possibly Baylor if Baylor beats Colgate. Yeah, I like it. Hold on. Somebody said my Musketeers. Hey, man, I don't claim Xavier. I only went there for the year. I only went to Xavier for a year. I don't claim Xavier. KU cooked in the first game. Yeah. How about the girls' tournament? Got South Carolina. I like that. First of all, if you guys aren't watching any women's basketball, you need to watch some women's basketball. Is it as good a basketball as the men? I'm not telling you that it is. So don't let me sit here and tell you that women's basketball is just as good as men's. But it is compelling. It is compelling. You might, if you get an opportunity, take a look at it. If you get an opportunity, go watch. I would love for it to be South Carolina and LSU in the final. I don't think it will be. Here's a team that I think actually is going to do some damage that nobody's been talking about all year. UCONN. Watch UCONN. Just pay a little attention to UCONN. Nobody's been talking about them. They haven't been spectacular all year. Watch UCONN. I'm just telling you right now. So, no team's going to be South Carolina in the Final Four. Maybe not. Because that's one of the most balanced teams that I think I've ever seen in women's college basketball. Not the best. They're definitely not the best team that I've ever seen. That would belong to a team from Tennessee back in 1998 or 99, I'm sorry. That would belong to several different UConn teams. But this South Carolina team is very, very balanced and good and extremely well coached. So Don Staley is an excellent coach. So Iowa could beat anybody, but they can also lose to anybody too. So I know Caitlin Clark is outstanding, but the rest of her team is not outstanding. And it's going to take that to be able to beat some of these really, really good teams. So, but I definitely, look, people got mad at me because I said Caitlin Clark wasn't the greatest college player that I had ever seen. I mean, okay. That doesn't mean she ain't great. That don't mean she ain't the best thing smoking right now. It don't mean that at all. I mean, because she absolutely is. She's the face of college basketball. I didn't say women's college basketball. I said college basketball. She is the face of college basketball. Period. End of story. But because she is, that doesn't mean I think she's the best ever. And it's okay to say that, by the way. It is okay to say it. She's better than good. She's great. She's better than good. She's great. Yeah. I mean, people, and I know that's not what you were trying to say. I'm not saying that you were trying to slight her. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying people that don't think that she's, saying that Caitlin Clark can't, that she's that. Look, it's okay to say that she's the best player now, that she's one of the all-time greats, that she's the face of college basketball, but you don't believe that she's the best women's player ever. It's okay to say that. It's okay to say that. So, it's okay. No problem with that. No problem with that. How do I feel about Juju Watkins, says Mike DeRula. I think Juju Watkins is phenomenal. She basically broke all Cheryl Miller's freshman, all her records as a freshman, and we know how good Cheryl Miller is. I go back that far. I can remember how good Cheryl Miller is. She would be on the Mount Rushmore of women's college basketball. Cheryl Miller. She's in that conversation, along with Caitlin Clark for being the best ever. To me, Cheryl Miller is the best. But that's just me. A lot of people are going to say, you're being old school, Brien. Come on, hey. I just call it like I see it, man. I know her Hall of Fame brother would say that. Her Hall of Fame brother never beat her. I mean, just think about that for a second. You got a Hall of Fame brother that can't beat you in basketball. That kind of tells me everything that I need to know, doesn't it? That's just me, though. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm biased, whatever. But if I got a Hall of Fame brother and he can't beat me, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. So I don't think everybody forgets about how good Rebecca Lobo was. But this day and age, the demographic, 18 to 25, they don't even know who Rebecca Lobo is. They don't even know who she is. That's the problem. And if they don't know who Rebecca Lobo is, they damn sure don't know who Cheryl Miller is. So, but I do. Look, I'm 48. I go way back. And so I can remember. I remember those people. And I just remember those people. So, the Diana Taurasi's of the world, the Shamiqua Holdsclaws of the world. You telling me that there was somebody better, that somebody playing right now is better than Shamiqua Holdsclaw? Come on now. Get out of here. Cheryl Swoops. I love Caitlin Clark. I do. She's just not better than those guys. She isn't. Is she a better shooter? 1,000,000% she's a better shooter from distance. There's no question. You can't say that Caitlin Clark ain't the best women's shooter that you've ever seen. If you're saying that, you're lying to yourself, because she is. She is the best women's shooter I have ever seen in my life. Just like I can say Steph Curry is the best men's shooter that I've ever seen in my life. Period. Point blank. That's it. But if you're trying to say that either one of those are the best player, you would be wrong. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So I think Tennessee could make a run if everything goes your way. Men or women? I got Tennessee in my men's bracket. In one of my men's bracket, I got them cutting the nets down. That's my upset special. Yeah, Easton, I got Tennessee men on my upset special. So that's what I got. What about the lady quit? Used to play in Minnesota. Oh, Maya Moore. Maya Moore. Again, another one. Phenomenal. Caitlin Clark's not better than her. She's not better than her. And again, there's nothing wrong with saying that. There just isn't. There just isn't. Yeah, there's a lot of good women's players, man. It's just super popular now with this day and age, with social media, so the popularity gets out there, but let's go. It's a good point by David Gonzalez. He said he doesn't follow WNBA basketball. Neither do I. But I follow the Olympics. And I know all of those names. Those ladies were dominant. Absolutely. I'm literally the same way. That could be my exact comment, David. That could be my exact comment. I do not follow the WNBA, but I follow the Olympics. And I know those women's names. And I know how good they are. So I know how good they are. Speaking of the Olympics, are we going to get into the Olympics this summer? I think we are. I think they are. And let me ask you this. Outside of the main stuff that we watch, we watch basketball, the 100 meters, for a lot of the track and field stuff, or the 100, 200, the relays, gymnastics, swimming. Other than the main events, what's an event that we're looking forward to seeing that might be a little bit off the beaten path? What event in the Olympics are we looking for? You know, swimming I think is a major one because we watch swimming. But what sport are we looking forward to? Because I like swimming. Somebody said disc golf. Okay. Beach volleyball. Yeah, now we're cooking. Race walking. Yes, sir, David Gonzalez. I've seen it. I love it. And here's the thing. Now, granted, I'm a 360-pound man, so me trying to race walk is a funny thing at 48 years old with my knees and hips. Woo! It's brutal. But I've tried to do that. I got about 100 yards, and I thought I was dying. So it is way harder than what it looks like. I take my walk every day, and I try to do that. Man, it's not funny. The tag game. I like it. Now we're cooking, people. Now we're cooking. The steeplechase. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First of all, I love the Olympics. I'm not going to lie. I love the Olympics. I love it for one, because when it comes around, it bridges that dead period gap that we usually have every year. From the end of basketball season to the start of football season. It bridges that gap. From the middle of July or the mid-June until September. Well, the whole month of August, we got, when does it start? I think it's August. It may start in the middle of July. I'll have to go back and find out exactly when the Olympics start. But we got that month where it bridges the gap for a lot of us. Do I like USA Olympics? Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? The obstacle course walking through Walmart. Hey, man, I will say this. I went, and I know I haven't done this in a while. Last weekend, it was 2 weekends ago, on a Saturday at like 11:30, I went grocery shopping by myself. Didn't take my wife. I just went by myself. I was exhausted after that. Oh my, that was like, I just went to Kroger. And for people that don't know, Kroger is it's a grocery store. I go to Kroger. Lord have mercy. First of all, the women there, aggressive. They beat me up. Get out of the way. What are you doing? Move. That's the wrong way. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's just walking up and down aisles, getting in the way. I heard all of those comments, people. Women got after me. I was lost. I was just like, oh my God, what is going on? I called my wife. I took a break. I had my head in the freezer section. I put my head in there. I was hot. I was sweating. These women beat me alive. I was like, oh my God. Woo. I hadn't been to the grocery by myself in a while. Oh man. I don't know. I can't do that no more. I told my wife, I said, I'm not doing that anymore. And my wife's name's April. I'm like, no, buddy. I'm not. You gotta save me. You gotta be there with me. These women are too aggressive. They beat me up, pushed me around. I felt like a kid. It was brutal. And that's the thing. This past weekend, I went for a couple of things. I went early, like 8:30. Wasn't that many people in there. But if you try to go as an adult male at 11:30 and you're not sure of where you're going, good luck. Good luck. So, whew, brutal, man. It was ugly. So, my man Bill Kernan said, Summer Olympics, being a limb loss victim, my wife and I are glued to the Paralympics. I understand that, Bill. And not only that, we salute you 1,000,000%. If you guys are on TikTok, If you guys haven't seen Bill Kernan's story, you should go and follow and look at his story. He is a man's man. He is a man's man. So if you happen to be on TikTok and you have not seen Bill Kernan, and Kernan is Kernan, go check it out. That's a man's man. I'm not going to spoil the story or tell his story for you. I'm just saying, if you need something, a feel good, maybe you're feeling down, go check his story out, man. And he has been a proud member of Goon Squad pretty much since day one. We salute that guy. We salute that guy. So we love him. We love you guys. My man, CGN Barbosa, July 26th is when the Olympics start. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. So we will have a little bit of a dead period. Hopefully the NBA Finals takes us all the way to basically the end of June. Then we'll have that little dead period. And we're going to have to fight through it. We'll get to it through it together, hopefully. Hopefully. So we're going to shut this one down today, people. We appreciate everybody. Thank you guys for being here today. Again, I apologize for the technical difficulties that we had at the beginning. Again, nothing we can do about it. Me and my guy, we did the best we could to fix it. Well, he did the best he could to fix it, not me. So, because I'm not technically savvy like that. So, did the best we could. We got it fixed. We got back up and running. I appreciate everybody being patient with us today. Again, Monday through Friday, Big B Daily, 9 a.m. Central Time. Just a quick reminder, go pick up your Big B March Madness guide. You still got a couple days left to get it, to make your picks. It's a $5 ebook. Download that sucker right to your phone, iPad, or laptop. That's all you got to do. It's $5. The link is in my bio. Just go click on it, go to the store. Boom, you got it. Downloads immediately, and it's only $5. For TikTok people, you get it free if you subscribe. Just use the promo code. Very, very simple. We love everybody. Thank you guys for showing up today. We will be back tomorrow. Aloha.